And good morning, everyone. Once again, it's so nice to see you all here in this space. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to present the 2022 State of the City of Moline. It is truly an honor and privilege to stand before you today and express my gratitude for the diligence of everyone associated with the city for guiding us through difficult and uncertain times. Special thanks go to City Administrator Bob Vitas and every staff member whose work has kept our city operating. Thank you as well to our first responders and essential workers for continuing to put themselves at risk to keep us safe. And I want to especially recognize my City Council colleagues, many of whom are here this morning, whose variety of perspectives help us do our work on behalf of our residents. I am proud to serve in this community alongside so many dedicated professionals and colleagues. Local government is meant to steady the waters during turbulent times. Decisions we make often have an immediate impact on the daily lives of our neighbors. Careful planning and judicious use of resources are essential to providing what the community needs, and recently these efforts have resulted in a bold strategic plan, detailed action plans, and an expansive 3-year budget, all of which are essential tools for delivering public services and moving the city forward. Our most important policy document, the city's budget, serves many purposes. It identifies a scope of work for a given year, summarizes our balanced approach to fiscal management, and establishes long-term priorities for a sustainable future. Our strategic plan, which has been mentioned today, developed with community and staff input, is tied to our values and is providing a roadmap to guide the work of staff toward meaningful and achievable goals. Our action plans keep tabs on who is responsible for accomplishing goals in the strategic plan. These efforts taken together are helping the city chart a path toward a flourishing future, one marked by efficiency, community engagement, and improved opportunities for those who live in, work in, or visit Moline. But tools alone are not what deliver results for our community. We must be guided by overarching values that influence our decisions. Since April of 2021, the belief in our people, the possibilities that surround us, and the progress that can be made in Moline have been the guiding forces for our work. We have invested in the people who work for the city and are tasked with making it the place we believe it can be. In June, we brought in Mr. Vitas, and his leadership is allowing us to rebuild the organization and retool our processes for the benefit of the community. By the end of the summer, as has been mentioned, we revamped our snow and ice removal plan to balance new city staff in public works with hired contractors to meet our needs. And by the fall, we found interim leadership for long vacant director positions while continuing to search for permanent staff. We also invested in a communications coordinator to help ease the administrative load and engage our community better, and began filling positions in human resources and community and economic development. These steps were crucial in rebuilding and right-sizing the organization and facilitating improved service delivery for our residents. We will continue on this path in a judicious manner. But our eyes are not only trained on the city organization. 11 months ago, we began holding listening posts to hear from our community members about what they wanted to see in our city. Since then, we have maintained that activity and added surveys and community meetings to discuss important economic opportunities and redevelopment ideas. These forms of community engagement are integral to the work of elected officials, and we will continue to use them. We've also focused on the people of this community by maintaining a balanced budget that, despite its expansive reach, delivers a small amount of tax relief for residents and businesses. We're working diligently to provide programs that meet needs and help families overcome challenges to their success. Grant and loan programs provided by our Community and Economic Development Department have been well utilized. We extended our efforts at meeting needs by becoming a supporting member of QCon, the Quad Cities Open Network, which will give our first responders the resources needed to refer those who need help to the right places. We've also supported our police and fire departments by maintaining their budgets for their efficient and effective operations. This past year has also been marked by a concerted effort to increase and diversify participation on boards and commissions through the use of the mayor's talent pool. Now, any Moliner can submit their resume and fill out a form expressing their interest in serving their community. Submissions are reviewed and residents interviewed to establish if there is a best fit for their service. We're moving beyond a who-you-know approach to community service and opening up this opportunity more broadly. And this approach has worked. All vacancies on commissions have been filled, and we look forward to keeping appointments updated and rotating for the best involvement of our residents. One commission that has gotten special attention is our Human Rights Commission, which had been disbanded since 2015. The folks serving on the HRC are already making a difference, using their budget to provide statements of solidarity with our residents of color who have been targets of white supremacist literature repeatedly on their doorsteps. I encourage Moliners to stand together by picking up a free "Hate Has No Home Here" yard sign at City Hall and engaging with their neighbors to let destructive forces know that they are not welcome here. Our focus on people has carried over into our work to more fully explore what possibilities for new amenities and economic opportunities exist in our city. There has been tireless focus by our Parks and Recreation and Library departments on improving programming and facilities. I am proud of the awards the library continues to receive to expand their collection in meaningful ways. I am also proud of the community collaboration that brought to fruition our new pickleball courts, helped plan for exciting additions and redevelopment of our aquatic center and other park and library improvements. These are all examples of our renewed emphasis on delivering amenities for the people of Moline, both current and future. We know that placemaking like this is crucial for maintaining and growing our city. The ability to attract new residents and increase economic activity has been assisted by the implementation of the Public Art Commission that Ms. Elias mentioned. With this assistance in place and with the guidance of the foundational work done by the Urban Land Institute, our efforts in 2021 and 22 continue to center on laying a foundation for development. We're advocating for land transfer from IDOT to assemble properties for downtown development. With partners at Renew Moline, we're conducting market feasibility studies to make sure what we build will be successful. And at the same time, we are retooling our processes for shepherding developers through their projects in Moline, trying to streamline and centralize all of it to make it easier to do business here. We are also engaged in studying our TIF districts to make sure we are realizing the potential that they provide and that they can support future growth. Exploring possibilities is not only focused on the I-74 redevelopment zone. We know that corridors on Illinois 92, Avenue of the Cities, South Park Mall, and other areas deserve attention, and our efforts to hire in community and economic development will help us get to these projects faster. We have also examined possibilities in the process of allocating the $20.7 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds. Our priorities include major investments in traditional infrastructure, as well as in workforce and economic infrastructure, all preceded by a summertime rollout of a micro-business forgivable loan program. Finally, we know that broadband infrastructure is an essential component of a smart city that delivers needed tools for its residents and businesses. We are happy to have engaged CTC in our efforts to bring a second broadband provider to Moline and hope to have that process complete by May or June of this year. We know that patience for this project is wearing thin, and we appreciate the opportunity to take a bit more time to get it right. So while we cannot explore all possibilities immediately or all at the same time, our strategic plan and work plan will keep us honest about where we're headed and how we're going to get there. These plans will also keep us focused on the most visible infrastructure we have, roads and bridges. Celebrating the opening of the I-74 bridge on December 1 was truly a tribute to all of the collaboration that has occurred over the last several decades between agencies, contractors, and elected bodies. I remain thankful for all of the officials who laid the foundation that allowed this project to come to fruition. It's one thing to have an amazing new bridge to help people get into Moline. It's another to take care of the roads that feed that bridge and get our residents from their homes to school and work. We've designated $17.2 million to address these types of infrastructure needs and have adopted the use of a pavement condition index to help us prioritize which roads need work soonest. We're working toward updating our South Slope water treatment plant, which is getting beyond its useful life, and we're moving forward with selling water to our neighbors in Silvis. We know that the core of what we do as a city is provide for the things residents need every day: roads, sanitation, recycling, wastewater treatment, and drinking water, and we are on a path to improving those services. Habits of conversation and collaboration are necessary for the projects mentioned. Habits of conversation and collaboration necessary for these projects I've mentioned are mirrored in the methods we are using to create strong improvements in other areas. This has taken the form of mayoral working groups. Our child care program and public works internships use this method to explore possibilities in workforce development. We're working through sustainability and environmental solutions, issues related to shelter insecurity, and will soon explore mental health resources and youth engagement in the same manner. Bringing together staff and community expertise with elected officials at the table is helping us build programs that not only explore possibilities in our community, but help us make progress toward our goals. Visible signs of progress are still emerging, but as you've heard, we are on our way with solid guideposts and capable staff making the moves to get us there. We look forward to progress on increasing housing options across the city, passenger train and quiet zone developments, annexation possibilities, and a new comprehensive and downtown master plan that will take us confidently into the middle of this century. In all of this work, we strive to be a leader in the Quad Cities region. Moline is strong and in a great position to live up to her potential, but we can't go it alone. In fact, while the focus on people, possibilities, and progress has been effective, we also need to focus on our partnerships. Without quality and effective partnerships with our school district, Renew Moline, Quad City Chamber, the Rock Island Arsenal, the Tax Slayer Center, the Moline Housing Authority, and many churches and nonprofits in our community, we could not reach our potential or meet the needs of residents as effectively as we strive to. From the Metrolink buses that get us to just about everywhere in the city, to our educational institutions like Western Illinois University and Blackhawk College, to resettlement agencies like World Relief, Moline is home to dedicated people who are welcoming and working to provide opportunity for all community members. We are stronger because of their work, and we pledge to continue as partners for the betterment of all of us. Thank you to all of our partners for the tremendous support and collaboration over the past year. Together, we've pursued efficiencies and implemented new initiatives to benefit our community and to provide an informed, unified response to the challenges of the pandemic. Our work together has been truly vital in the short term and will yield a multitude of benefits in the long term. As we look to that future, we invite you to celebrate our past in our Moline 150 celebrations this summer. August 29th marks the 150 years of our incorporation as a city, and a multi-day celebration will energize the end of summer and infuse downtown with economic activity. Your careful attention to COVID-19 mitigation efforts has gotten us to the point where such activities are possible, and for that we thank you. On behalf of local businesses, I also want to thank you for your continued support throughout the pandemic. Every time you ordered from a restaurant or bought from a local shop, you were helping to sustain our local economy and investing back in our community. Your support will continue to be vital as we emerge from mitigation efforts. Our vision and values have helped us to make difficult decisions, to prioritize work, and to be nimble and flexible. We have moved from chaos to calm. We are resilient, creative, always learning, always evaluating, and always ready to implement new strategies to work most effectively for you. Your feedback is critical to our success, and I hope that you will consider joining the city and elected and administrative professionals in continuing to provide feedback on how the city is working or could work better for you. The great African-American poet Gwendolyn Brooks famously wrote, "We are each other's harvest. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond." That is the challenge we all must meet as we turn our attention from surviving the pandemic to learning to live with it, and from moving from the past to new leadership, new goals for our city, and new ways of doing business. Our emphasis on people, possibilities, and progress will magnify the collective we, and it minimize the tension between different approaches to solving community issues. This challenge is worth the struggle, however, because we have great people in Moline, both newcomers and generational Moliners, full of energy and passion for our town, and we have many possibilities for improvement. Progress will be made if we are courageous enough to embrace a we stance. We are each other's harvest. We are not new and old Moline. We sow seeds of growth, weather the storms that come our way, and reap the rewards as one community. We are one Moline. What an absolute privilege it is for all of us to represent you. Thank you.